This is the debut of the 2024-2025 winter garden. What is different this year is I've put all the lights on timers so that they will go off, and the plants will get a couple hours of darkness each day, which is as important to plants as light. It will also cut our electric bill in half. There are over 100 LED lights in this room with an output of over 300,000 lumen. That's like 300,000 candle light power. Our electric bill usually runs around $900 a month, but it will probably cut it to $500 by putting the timers in. So every night automatically these lights go off. And it's good for another reason too, because I have these bug zappers on dedicated lines that don't go off. And so when the darkness comes, the bugs are attracted to those zappers, and the flying insects, it's an effective way to control the flying insects down in here. I'm really quite surprised that I was able to fit all the plants I wanted to get in this year in. I took out the tables this year and they're just using the floors. There's over 300 pots in here this year. I was trying to keep it down to 250, but there's over 300 as it turns out. Some of the stuff won't last very long, will die off, may not survive. And that will give a little bit more space, open up the space a little bit. But, oh man, that Tithonia. That's a Tithonia right there, Mexican sunflower. It really needs some water. So I'm going to water that in a second here. Some lava, molten lava oxalis. Very pretty color. Down there's the rainbow peperomia. There's the ZZ plant. Lamb's ear. There's the Dracaena, and the money plant is looking very healthy right now. There's some hypostases, spotted flower you see from the plant you see there. Here we got the orchids all in. There's some bergamot growing right there, wild bergamot, and delphinium hollyhock. And this sweet potato vine's looking a little sad right now because I just transplanted it, so it needs to recover from that yet. A lot of coleus in here this year. I said I wasn't going to do it, but I just couldn't help myself. Oh, and look, I just noticed this just now. Let me see if I can do a zoom. The 5-spot are getting ready to bloom. It's white flower with purple dots on it. There's some flax, wild flax. That's Streptocarpus. The leaves are rather fuzzy little leaves. Dahlia right there. Hydrangeas in bloom and getting new blossoms, I see. That's lovely. I did a lot of hanging pots this year. Mexican heather, Caffea. Some fuchsia. Look at that beautiful fuchsia that was given to me by my friend Betty. There's another fuchsia given to me by my sister-in-law Linda. And there's another fuchsia which was mine. And there's some impatient over there. Some succulents. Look at these roses growing. Never thought you'd see a rose bush like that indoors. It's fabulous. As a matter of fact, quite frankly, it's the best rose bush that anybody has ever grown ever. And it's indoors. Some Mexican coreopsis behind it. This lovely stuff is called Love Lies Bleeding. It's an amaranth. It's a type of amaranth. And I suppose the seed's going to fall everywhere and probably grow in all the pots before it's done. Here's a lovely oleander. Don't want your pets around it because it's highly poisonous, highly toxic to humans and to the animals, but it's beautiful. And it has a very nice smell to it too. Got some mums in bloom down there. And some geranium are losing their leaves. That's what they always do when you bring them indoors. So they lose all their leaves and then they grew new ones. There's some dill growing there. There's the osteospermum in the back. That's a popcorn plant. Not because it grows popcorn, but because it smells like potted popcorn. That's how it got its name. It's a tropical actually, and there's behind it is beautiful elephant ear. There's some papyrus. Yarrow. Got some yarrow growing down there. Look at this lovely little calendula. Can't see the root. I can go from here. One around here. All the dragon wing begonia. This flowers a lot during the winter for me. This is Confederate jasmine, and it's blooming, as you can see. These are the blooms right here. And you can't smell anything right now, but it only puts out its scent or aroma in the evening after the lights go out. Then when you come down here, you can smell it out loud. It smells beautiful. This isn't doing so well. Morning glory, moonflower, cypress vine. There's a bougainvillea vine, native of India. There's a cane. I had to have at least one cane in here this year for Kathy's sake. Some cleome growing beside it. All this coleus in front of the cat palms. Up there is a Celosia intens. Creeping Jenny. Some candy tuft seedlings coming up there. Beautiful Gerbera daisy. Betty. My friend Betty gave me to bring back to life, and it's really come back to life. It's very healthy. Diplodamia, which is blooming. It actually is blooming. There's a bloom from the Diplodamia. Beautiful. And then over here, there's some cinnamon basil. I have other basil elsewhere. I'm growing cinnamon basil, lemon basil, and Genovese basil in the winter garden this year. And this does have like a sweet cinnamon smell to it. So, boy, it's getting crazy here too. It's coming up everywhere. That's Canterbury bells. There's spider plant and Asparagus springeri. There's Calamundan. I believe that's what that is. And there's some Diamond Frost Euphorbia right there. Cigar plant in bloom. That red butterfly flower has seeded. You can see the seeds all over it, falling everywhere. It's like it's a cousin of the milkweed, so it gets the pods with the fuzzy seeds that fly everywhere. That's Bird of Paradise. Dusty Miller. Hylia, or Chinese money plant. There's the aloes. In the corners there. There's the Activa, or gold dust plant, some people call it. There's ultra beautiful coloring. Some coffee trees here. Whoops. And I dropped. Yeah, coffee trees here. So just to give you an idea of how it all looks. Standing at the front door here. Just looking around at the expanse of the garden. Over 300 pots this year. They require about 300 gallons of water a month. Wait, yeah, about 300 gallons of water a month. And I water them in like cycles. So the first area is over here, gets watered, and then this area over here, this L-shaped area over here gets watered, and then the third area back there gets watered on the third day, and I start over again. So this is hardy plumbago in bloom. This is hardy plumbago because it can survive in the north, where this southern plumbago cannot. So that's why I have to bring it inside. If you go to Disney World in Florida, they have a lot of this everywhere as part of their landscaping. It's where I first fell in love with it. But this is the hardy kind. So it's blooming nicely. There's a little osteospermum in bloom right there. And look at this for the first time in several years. It looks like, if you look closely, my lemon tree I grew this from a seed, from a lemon I got at Kroger's. And it's finally come to bloom, or starting to bloom. It's got buds to bloom. So I'm excited about that. So I was wondering if it was ever going to bloom. There's a Schlafera back in the corner there, a Monstera, and a Sansevieria. Sansevieria, very good at cleaning the air, very good air cleaner, natural air freshener or cleaner. Takes toxins out of the air. Wandering Jew. There is a Mexican yucca plant right back there, and a Norfolk Island pine, and poinsettia. There's some Easter lilies too, just coming back there. Those are phlox, pink, in case you're wondering what the phlox is. It's a phlox. And then some pink primrose on the table there with the praying cherub. There's some snapdragon down in there. Cleome in bloom over here. Here's a Cleome in bloom. And that's about it, folks. So I finally finished it today. I was sick for 10 weeks this past summer, and so I was behind schedule and didn't think I would make it. But I managed to get everything into the garden room safely 2 days before we get a very hard freeze on Tuesday and Wednesday of this coming week. Hope you enjoyed me showing you around a little bit, and I'll look forward to bringing you videos from the winter garden throughout the winter to keep your spirits up and remind you that summer is coming again, as it always does. Happy gardening.